What is your most prominent memory?
Well, it was all down in the cellar, I think 1940, and there was an air raid on, and they dropped a screaming bomb, the old bombs with the like whistle thing, screamer on there, and we was all down the cellar, and we swear it was going to land on us, and it went over, just missed us and hit the bus depot in Chillingham. And that was the scariest part of the war, although we did have a couple of houses bombed in our same street, but for some reason that didn't seem to worry us. Not like that screaming bomb did. So that was about the worst part of the war for me. But
how did these memories make you feel at the time?
excited, funny enough. We was only like the age when I was about 8 or 9 when the war started, and funny enough, it would seem to give an excitement to you. Like, in fact, when the war finished, we felt quite disappointed. Nothing exciting was going to happen.
Why are these memories so prominent to you?
It's some of these things you never forget. Well, it's strange really. I mean, I can't remember what I had for dinner last week, but I can remember my first day at school at 4, and I can remember going over the 4th bridge at 4 years old. You know, I mean, that's going back nearly 80 years now, so 79 years, so it's good going, isn't it? Yeah, I can't remember last Tuesday. No. So that's the way the memory affects you. You can remember, and these, like the wartime memories, I think they're embedded in your skin really.
Do you think they're so prominent in your mind because of they're unique?
I mean, like when I started on the work on the farm after the war, there was all the land girls out there, and we had one chap there, it was that sent him there from hospital. He had been captured in Singapore and was on that railway, you know, that Japanese railway, and they sent him to sort of get back into normal. And he'd never talk about it much at all, but he was really very thin, and it must have affected him all his life. The only thing he did say, the first day they was captured, he said that they had to bow the officers, and he said, there's a little Cockney chap there. He said, I'm not bowing to anyone, I only bow to the King. So they took him out the front and cut his head off straight away with the sword. So he said, because all the rest started bowing, didn't they? But that was his first memory of the Japanese, that was. Which was a bit nasty, wasn't it? But then we had different times I had worked with prisoners of war, German prisoners of war, and they seemed very nice people. You know, when I was on the farms, we used to work, because although the war had ended, they were still over here to about 2 or 3 years after the war, working on the farms, and that was quite normal people. You see, it's strange really, they think all that business of killing each other, you stick someone in a uniform, give them a gun and tell them to kill the Germans, they go and do it, don't they? Yet when you get to know these people, they like us, don't they? They probably feel the same, so that's the basic memories, that's the sort of things that stick out in your mind.
Which do you think is stronger, one of your memories of the war, or one of your sort of family memories?
I think the memories of the war are most prominent. For some reason they seem to be burnt into your memory.
What's your most prominent memory?
Prominent memory? Oh dear. Well, the one that keeps coming back to my mind is my dad digging us out. We was in a cupboard under the stairs. The whole house was demolished, but my dad had always said, you get under the stairs and they'll stand up. And that's where he was, and I'm still eating a box of chocolates that he'd given me. That's one thing I'll keep remembering, which is a nice memory really, I suppose, you know. But I can't say I was unhappy. And I wasn't really frightened. Except the only time I was frightened was when we was in our air raid shelter, and it was a brick shelter in the garden. We come in this end and the factory workers come in that end. And they shouted out that this bomb was going to land, and Mum and I managed to get in, but a lot of the shop workers didn't, and they were blown to bits just outside the door. And I remember my mum holding on to me, and the blast just went through your chest, you know, and I thought it'd be sucked out, but it went in, sort of thing. Can't say I was frightened though. It was just something that happened. You know, you expected all this stuff to happen. And then we moved to another house and got bombed out of there. But
how did this memory make you feel at the time?
I don't know. I felt safe. I had this huge box of chocolates that my dad had just given to me, and my mum and I was in the cupboard under the stairs, and my dad said, "Don't move out of there, the stairs will keep up. No matter what happens, the stairs will stay up." And they did. The house took nearly a direct hit, but the stairs were still there. I can't say I was unhappy or frightened, really. I don't remember being anything, if you can, you know. All I remember is holding on to this box of chocolates and my mum sitting behind me and waiting for my dad to come back, which he did and dug us out.
Why do you think these memories are so prominent to you?
I don't know. But right now, I can still see those girls that run from the factory, didn't have enough time to get into the shelter, laying on the floor with their hair all stuck up, and because the bomb had dropped just yards down. And that thing still sticks in my mind today. I'm still back there, you know, seeing it.
Can you think or suggest any reason why possibly your war memories are more prominent than other memories in your life?
Yeah, it's funny you should say that. Why aren't I thinking of the day I got married or my girls were born? But every time, if I'm sitting looking around, those memories are the most thing that I can see, you know? Everything else is in the back of my mind, but they are the thing that's in the, and I can remember, you know, I can just see it all the time. I don't know why. Whether I was frightened or those memories just won't go away, I don't know. Perhaps they're going to stay there forever. Yeah.
Do you think it's the unique nature of the war compared to a normal life that makes you remember it?
Yeah, I think I remember, yeah, the war is still very vivid in my mind, because I still think I wouldn't want my daughters to go through that frightening thing. Other things which you think should be prominent aren't. I mean, I can still see all the bodies lying about, and it's still very prominent in my mind as if it happened yesterday. Don't suppose I shall ever forget that now.